Herkese merhabalar. Connect UK World Class University webinar serimize hoş geldiniz. Ben İmran Mehmet, British Education Bureau BEB eğitim uzmanı olarak bugün sizlerleyim. Bugün bir değerli üniversitemiz daha olan University of Exeter hakkında üniversite yetkilimiz Hayley Bateman'la birlikte bilgi aktarıyor olacağız. Ben sözü yetkilimize bırakmadan önce çok kısa BEB'den, British Education Bureau'dan bahsetmek isterim. Biz BEB olarak Exeter Üniversitesi'nin Türkiye'deki resmi temsilcisiyiz. Temsil ettiğimiz üniversitelerin Türkiye'deki faaliyetlerine destek veriyoruz. Faaliyetlerine destek sağlıyoruz. Üniversitelerin Türkiye'deki organizasyonlarını gerçekleştiriyoruz bugün olduğu gibi. 2002 yılında Oxford'da kurulduk ve İngiliz-Türk kuruculara sahip bir yapımız mevcuttur. 20 yıldır Ankara, İstanbul, İzmir olmak üzere 3 büyük şehrimizde öğrencilerimize danışmanlık hizmetimiz devam ediyor. Uzmanlık alanımız tamamen Birleşik Krallık eğitim sistemidir. Üniversitelerin giriş şartları, başvuru süreçleri gibi tüm aşamalar boyunca öğrencilerimize destek sağlıyoruz. Tüm danışmanlık kadromuz Birleşik Krallık eğitim sistemine hakim. Bu konuda sürekli olarak eğitim alan bir yapıya sahiptir. Birleşik Krallık'ta toplam 130 tane devlet üniversitesi bulunmaktadır. Biz BEB olarak bu 130 üniversitenin 90'ının Türkiye'deki resmi temsilciliğini yapıyoruz. Temsil ettiğimiz üniversiteler içinde öğrencilerimize ücretsiz danışmanlık hizmetimiz bulunuyor. Bugünden sonraki webinarlarımızı internet sayfamız, Instagram ve Facebook üzerinden takip edebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda İstanbul, Ankara, İzmir ve Lefkoşa'daki ofislerimize de bu numaralardan ulaşabilirsiniz. Ben sözü yetkilimize bırakıyorum. Sunum sırasında veya sonunda merak ettiğiniz tüm soruları paylaşabilirsiniz. Thank you, Hayley. It's yours now.
Great, thank you very much. Just give me 2 seconds and I will just get my presentation on the screen. Okay, so hello everybody, and thank you for joining the presentation on the University of Exeter today. My name's Hayley and I am the International Officer for Turkey. So I cover all of the Turkish region and can answer any questions, or you can contact me with any questions about your application. Okay, so on this slide, I've just outlined some of the reasons that people choose Exeter. So we're a top 15 UK university. We're in the top 150 in the prestigious QS university rankings. We're ranked 143rd in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. We're a member of the prestigious Russell Group, which means we have really great research excellence. So 98% of research is rated as world leading or internationally recognised. We're located in southwest England, which is about 2.5 hours by train from London. And we have really beautiful green and safe campuses with fantastic facilities. Okay, so as I said, we're based in southwest England, which is 2.5 to 3 hours from the train from London. So in Exeter itself, there's lots of places you can eat or drink. You can cycle up the coast to Dawlish and Exmouth to go to the beach. You can canoe on the river. The city centre itself has lots of shops and restaurants, so all the shops you would normally expect to find in a UK city, as well as lots of little independent shops and restaurants. Nearby, we also have the national parks of Dartmoor and Exmoor. So these are really great if you like walking, rock climbing, just looking at the scenery. There's really nice sort of forestry areas, rivers, if you want to get out of the city for a bit. As I said, the coast is within easy access of our campuses. So if you didn't want to canoe up the river to the nearby towns, you can get the train. The Jurassic Coast starts in Devon. This goes up into Dorset. Dinosaur fossils have been found in this area. And there's also nice seaside towns along the coast. In the centre there, the music venue you can see, that's the Eden Project in Cornwall. This is home to the largest indoor rainforest in the world. It has lots of sort of tropical plants in these really large biomes. They also hold music events, and Glastonbury Festival, which you may have heard of, is held in the nearby county of Somerset. If you like water sports, the North Devon coastline is really great for this, and you can get to North Devon in about an hour on the train. Okay, so the University of Exeter has 3 campuses, one in Exeter, two in Exeter, sorry, and one in Cornwall. So this is our main campus. This is the Streatham campus in Exeter. As you can see, really large campus, lots of green spaces. It's a registered botanic garden. In the centre of the campus is the forum. This has shops, food outlets, student services, the library, and it's sort of a central hub that students can meet and study. We also have the Northcote Theatre on this campus. This is Exeter's main theatre, and it hosts lots of local and visiting productions. We also have a large gym and sports facilities on this campus, including tennis courts, football pitches, rugby pitches, cricket, all sorts of different activities you can take part in. The accommodation blocks are also really nearby to this campus, so you can't actually see them in this picture, but just off screen is where the majority of our accommodation is. Our second campus in Exeter is the St Luke's campus. This is a smaller campus, and it's based around sort of a central quad, as you can see in this picture. This is home to the medical school, nursing, education and sports science programmes. So if you applied for any of these courses, you would likely be based here. This also has a gym, a library and a food outlet, and it has a sort of smaller community feel. So you sort of know everybody and you can recognise people on this campus. The 2 campuses, St Luke's and Streatham, are about a 30-minute walk. So you can easily go to the Streatham campus, and there's also regular buses between the 2. So our third campus is in Cornwall, in a town called Penryn. So this is in Penryn, and it's close to the main town of Falmouth. Near these campuses, there are 4 beaches. So if you sort of like the beach and the seaside, there's lots of opportunity to head there. In Cornwall, this is the home to our sort of environmental programs. So if you're sort of doing environmental or sustainability, it's likely that this course will be based in Cornwall. So on this campus, we have a £4 million sports centre, which is pretty new, was opened in the last few years. And the grounds have also been awarded a prestigious green flag for their sort of upkeep and the amount of green space that it has. Okay, so I've just got a short video to show you now. It's just a quick tour of our Streatham campus by one of our current students.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a 4th year student studying maths at the University of Exeter. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of our Streatham campus. This is the forum, the hub of campus. This is where you'll find the library, shops and cafes, and the career zone. There's also seminar rooms and a huge auditorium. This is the round bar, which has been part of campus for decades and is a firm favourite. Ah, the Great Hall. This is where you'll graduate. It's also a great venue for gigs and live events. Exeter even has its very own theatre. This is the university's pioneering £52.5 million Living Systems Institute. There's some world-leading scientific research going on in here. And the view from the top of the physics tower is pretty special. Come and have a look. Now, we don't want to sound too competitive, but we're pretty good at sport here. Exeter is currently the #1 sports university in the south of England and Wales, and we have over 50 sports clubs to choose from. Streatham campus is full of wonderful secret spots where you can take a walk or find a little bit of peace. We've even got a campus cat, Napoleon. This is our Students' Union. It's a great place to hang out and study. There's a shop and food stalls too. The unique thing about Streatham campus is that it's so close to the city centre. It's a 15-minute walk, a 5-minute cycle, or you can even catch the bus. This is Building 1, our business school. It's triple accredited, placing it amongst the world's top 1% of business schools. Up in this corner of campus are our main halls of residence. There are flats with shared kitchens, ensuite rooms and studios, which give students the opportunity to live in self-contained apartments. You can view all our rooms in virtual tours on the website. That's the end of our Streatham campus tour. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so hopefully that gave you a bit of an idea of the Streatham campus and what you can expect if you choose to study at Exeter. Okay, so as you would have seen outlined in the video, these are just some of the buildings we have on campus. So as I mentioned before, the Forum provides a central main hub for students, and it contains the Student Services Centre, a modern 24/7 library, technology-filled learning spaces, a 400-seat lecture theatre, the main reception, and all the retail and catering outlets. Within a lot of our buildings, we also have these areas called student hubs. These are accessible spaces across the campus where you can eat, socialise, and do your studying. So the first picture, the main picture there, that is the picture of the Forum. And then in the top corner, that's the Living Systems Institute. This was open to pioneer research into living systems and diagnosis and treatment of disease. And then in contrast, in the bottom corner, you've got grade 2 listed Reed Hall, which has been on the campus for a very long time. And in that building, we hold conferences, events. It's got a cafe that you can use, landscape gardens that you can just go to sit for some sort of relaxation time. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a bit about the accommodation options now. So in Exeter, we have a lot of different types of accommodation, depending on your preferences, your budget, that kind of thing. So in the last couple of years, we've opened a whole new accommodation block. It's called East Park. This contains 1,000 rooms, a combination of ensuite rooms with your own bathroom or standard rooms where you share a bathroom. We also have a range of catered halls. So if you want all your meals included, this is an option, or you can choose accommodation where you would buy and cook your own food. We also have an accommodation guarantee. So for full-time first year undergraduates and postgraduate students, we aim to guarantee all students on-campus accommodation. You can see virtual tours of all the different accommodation blocks on the website. So that can be a really great tool to get an idea of each block and sort of which one you feel would be more suited to you. In each block, we also have something called a residence life team. Now, these are a group of people that are in all halls, and they are a mentor for your accommodation. They will come and visit you on a regular basis. They'll check that the personal and social aspects of your living space is all going well. And if you've got any issues, they can help you sort them out. And on this one, there's just a few images of our accommodation choices in Cornwall on the Penryn campus. Again, the same as the Streatham campus, we have a choice of catered, self-catered, ensuite, standard. And again, you can have a look at the tours on our website. Okay, I'm just going to talk a bit about student life now, which is obviously a very important thing for everyone that comes and studies with us. So students choose to study at Exeter from across the world. That creates a really diverse mix of people on campus. You can meet people from all over, lots of different cultures, countries, languages, all sorts. So we have 27,000 students from over 150 different countries in total. In both Exeter and Cornwall, we have 250 clubs and societies. These include a Turkish society and an international student society, also things like Harry Potter Society, all sorts of different things. And if there is a club that you really want and we don't have, you can put together a proposal to start a new club. £25 million has been invested in sports. Exeter has been in the top 10 in the BUCS League, which is the University Sports League, consistently. We have over 50 different sports clubs, again, cover all sorts of sports. So just for example, martial arts, water sports, basketball, football, windsurfing, all kinds of things. We also have some sort of student groups. So we have media, we have campaign groups, we have volunteering groups. So for example, you could work for the student sort of newspaper or website, join an environmental group, or even volunteer to walk people's dogs. And in terms of international student support, we offer a lot of support for students that come over and study with us, because we know that, living in a new country, there's a lot to sort out, and often you'll just need a bit of guidance as to what to do. So before you arrive, we will offer pre-departure briefings where we will give talks on accommodation, your visa, living in the UK culture in general, and things like how to sort out a bank account. And sort of along the same lines, we have a program called Global Chums. Now this is designed to take students from Freshers Week through to the first term, and it helps you settle into university. They'll help you know where different resources are, what support services you can use. You'll have someone to answer any questions you have, someone that can introduce you to societies, clubs and sports. And it's a really great way to meet other students from both in the UK and worldwide. When you first arrive in Exeter, there'll be a welcome week. This includes introductory talks such as, like I say, English culture, settling into the UK, and also things like healthcare, where to find the nearest supermarket, where to buy sort of kitchen items, sort of useful information that you may need when you're in the city. We also organise trips out, so they can arrange trips to the local IKEA, shopping trips, take you on a tour of the international supermarkets. We do have 2 or 3 of these in the city centre. And also your academic tutors will also arrange inductions and social events. So there'll be networking events where you can meet your tutor and other students on your course. You'll also be assigned a personal tutor. They will be with you for the whole of the academic year. So if you've got any issues or questions, whether they're academic or personal, you can go to them and they can help you. We also have a wellbeing team on campus. They can offer a range of counselling and mental health support, or help you access that support. And this can either be for long-term health conditions or just informal counselling. There is also a 24-hour helpline where you can speak to trained students and staff. And lastly, we also hold international events. So, for example, we hold events for Chinese New Year. If you're on campus over Christmas, we also hold events on Christmas Day, such as a Christmas dinner, and everyone's invited to that. Okay, so on this slide, it's just an overview of some of the subject areas that we cover. Some of these courses you can only study at Exeter or only at Cornwall, and some of them can be studied at both. So when you come to make your application, it's really important that you just double check what campus the course is going to be on. Okay, so on this slide, I've just outlined some of the undergraduate entry requirements. So we accept IB, A-levels, the Leeds Diplomacy, and APs or SAT tests if you've sat American qualifications. So the table there just shows the equivalent grades you would need. But again, all courses have different grades. So when you come to apply, just check the website and just make sure that, that you can meet the grades of the course. You would also need to sit an IELTS test or another recognised language test. For IELTS, the minimum score is 6.5 overall, with at least 5.5 in writing and 6 in all other sections. Okay, on this slide is just a quick overview of the range of fees for some of the courses. This is for the current year, so that will change slightly for next year. But again, each course will have a different fee, so you can find that on the website on the course pages. Okay, this is an example of some of the costs you can expect to pay during your time at Exeter. This has been calculated based on a student living in a self-catered hall. But I will stress it is an estimation only. So what you spend will most likely depend on your lifestyle. So if you go out a lot in the evenings, or if you go shopping a lot, or you like to eat a lot of takeaways, for example, then obviously it may cost more or less depending on how many of those things that you buy. On the website, again, there's a sort of really good sort of breakdown of costs, what you can expect to pay, and there's a lot of information and advice on how to set a budget. Okay, just gonna mention scholarships now. So we have a range of scholarships that your eligibility depends on sort of what you're studying, when you plan to study, etc. So the web address at the bottom there will take you to a database. So in this database, you can input your individual circumstances, and then it will generate a list of all the scholarships that you may be eligible for. So the main one that undergraduate students apply for is our Global Excellence Scholarship. So this can be either a full scholarship, £10,000 or £5,000, across a range of different programs. Most are eligible, but not all. So again, it's worth using the database just to check this. These recognise high academic achievement. So once you've applied for your course and got an offer, you can then submit an application for a scholarship. We also have various subject-specific scholarships. So again, it's really worth checking that database just to see you know, how many scholarships you could apply for. So I'm just going to quickly talk about some ways that you can enhance your degree. So a lot of our degrees offer year abroad options, where you can either do a professional work placement or study for a year at one of our partner universities. Some of our courses also offer industrial placements, so you could go and get a placement in a big company related to your study. We also have study abroad, so you could go and study in a different country for maybe just a term, or you could study a language within your degree. And we also offer various entrepreneurship pathways, work experience, and all our degrees try to integrate the skills you'll need to enhance your chances of getting employment when you finish your course. Careers is obviously a very important thing for a lot of people because you go to university to hopefully enhance your chances of getting a better job. So we have an award-winning careers service who offer skills training and regular careers events. They can help you with work placements, either in the UK or abroad. And depending on your visa, you can also do part-time work for up to 20 hours per week. Some of our careers fairs that we had, obviously not recently, but in the last couple of years, we've had companies like Aon, Dyson, HSBC, Mars, and Twitter. And also the really great thing about our careers department is once you've graduated from Exeter, you can still access the careers department literally forever. So if you wanted any advice at any point during your career, you could still access this service. Okay, so on this slide, I've just outlined a few links that you can find on our website that you might find helpful. So we've got various virtual open days happening over the next few months. You can talk to academics, you can watch presentations, just get some general information. If you've got any specific questions you want to know about your course, you can do live chats with academic staff and current students. And you can find a list of dates online. And we also have a UniBuddy platform. So if you've been on our website, you might have seen a little pop-up in the bottom corner. And this allows you to ask your question and then a current student will get back to you. And we also have virtual campus tours. So obviously at the moment, it's hard for students to visit the campus in person, but these tours give a really good insight to the campus. You can look inside the buildings. They're a really good resource for you. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. And if anyone's got any questions, I can answer them now.
So thank you very much, Hayley, for your presentation. It was really useful, I think. I'm checking the chat box and we can wait for a couple of minutes.
Sure.
For the queries. And you can also put your email address on the chat box.
Yes, I'll do that now. So yeah, if anyone thinks of anything after the presentation, you can just drop me an email.
Hi, can I ask a question for you?
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking for a PhD program, and thank you very much for your presentation. Can you give a little bit extra information about PhD programs and how the process going on? My major is related to life science and also looking for program vaccination. So if you have any idea about that, I will be really grateful and happy to hear that. Thanks so much.
Yeah, sure. So the best place to start is on our website. On our PhD pages, we've got a database where you can put in your research interests and it will generate all the current projects we've got existing at the university. So if any of them fit your research interests, you can get in contact about those. But also, if you've got a research proposal that's completely different, you can contact one of our staff members in that research area to see if they could supervise you. So how it works is you would approach the supervisor with your research proposal. If they agree to supervise you, you could then submit a formal application for the PhD, where you'd submit your research proposal, your university transcripts, general sort of things like that. And then once the offer had been made, you could then start on the program.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
And I'm keep checking the chat box. Yeah, I think we covered all the questions that our attendees have. Thank you so much for your presentation and today's information. And we hope to see you in Turkey soon.
No problem.
Crossed. So have a great day for you.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye. Teşekkür ederiz. İyi akşamlar.